Hello everyone. In this video, I will talk to you about some features of our general purpose token. We will deploy the contract and make some interactions with it. So let's talk about the constructor. Here in this phase, we indicate the owner of the contract, and we also indicate the supply, the total units of the token, the supply of the token. It's like a mint process that you indicate how many units your token will have. And also we have the opportunity to insert data in our token. But in this version, we do not input data in the deployment because the data inserted in the deployment will not be erased in the next interactions of the token. So we insert the data in the next interactions after the deployment. So these are the basics here for this phase. And now let's talk about the deployment file here. So here we deploy the contract using this private key, but the owner of the contract will be the owner of this other private key. I call them Alice and Bob. And now Bob will deploy the contract and Alice will be the owner of it. In the instance of the contract, we say who is the owner and the number of units of our token, number of units that we have will build this token. So we say also the balance of the token, and we can just deploy it, calling the deployment. The internet connection must be good for this process to work well. Here I keep track of all the formation of the TX IDs to make sure that the transaction is broadcasted even if we get an error message here. But okay, now our contract is deployed and we can just check it at the Explorer here. Here's our contract deployed. And now let's use this contract and insert some data in our contract. Here in this file that I use to interact with the contract inserting data, we must indicate the current state of the contract here as its TX ID, the owner of the contract, and it will process some file here that you can study by yourself. And we indicate here it's the data insertion in the contract here, this process, and I have this external patch that I call here that will avoid these bytes here in the size of the data, because if they are present in the size of the data, especially as the low significance byte, it will the miners will not accept it in the mempool. So I did this patch this so that we can avoid these bytes, and I can put a pad with the byte, with the data byte, and we can retrieve the data, original data from the information that I put here. Okay, you can use it, you must use it so that your data can be inserted if it has any size. But if your data has this size, this byte in its size, it will crash. It will not go into the mempool. So we indicate here some properties of the token and how it will be in the next instance. And now we interact with it, creating the output to compare how it will be. And now we can just interact with the contract. First, I will insert as data the file in this folder here, this text file that has this text inside it. Okay, so I will use this file to interact with the contract. Now let's save the file here. Let me see. Okay, and let's try to broadcast it. Let's broadcast it. If the connection is okay, it will be broadcasted to the mempool. Now it started the process here, and I keep track of these TX IDs as I told you, and it's broadcasting it, and if it's okay, this will be the TX ID of the next stage of our contract. So it is checking something before finishing the broadcasting process. Sometimes it takes some minutes, but it broadcasts. It is an issue of connection or the size of the data we insert inside the token. Now let's check the state of our contract in the blockchain. So here is our contract and data. We have here testing general purpose token smart contract as its data. So the data is inserted in the token, and now we can read the data inside this token. Here in the data file, all you need to set is the name of the file that you will write with the data that you read from the blockchain, and here you put the TX ID of the current state or any other state of the token can be used here also to read from the blockchain, and you save the file, and we can just interact with the contract reading it from the blockchain, and we will have the data from the look. It's successful and written. Here is the file that was created with the data that we retrieved from the blockchain. So here are the interactions that I want to discuss with you, to show you in this video. In the next videos, I will show you some more features of this general purpose token. But for now, I will leave you. May God bless you. See you next time.